Welcome back to K-pop&juice, the only place where the tea is always fresh, hot, juicy, and completely unfiltered. If you're here, you already know we don't sugarcoat, we don't water things down, and we definitely don't skip the details that everyone else is too scared to say out loud. So grab your drink, settle in, because today's story, oh, it's explosive, it's controversial, and it's got fans divided like never before. So here's what just went down. An official military office has come forward with a firm, unwavering statement. Their decision stands, and it will not be changed. Not reconsidered, not reviewed, not softened. And the biggest twist? A massive public petition that many believed would shake the system completely failed to make any impact. Yes, you heard that right. Thousands, possibly even hundreds of thousands, of voices raised, signatures collected, debates sparked across social media platforms, fandom communities rallying together. And still, the final answer came back cold and clear. No change. Now let's break this down, because this situation didn't just appear overnight. This has been building. Slowly, quietly. Tension rising behind the scenes while fans speculated, debated, and hoped for a different outcome. When news first surfaced about the military-related decision involving a high-profile figure, reactions were immediate. Confusion, concern, and for some, outright frustration. Many fans believed there were special circumstances that deserved consideration. Some argued that timing, career obligations, or even past contributions should be taken into account. Others pointed out precedents, cases where adjustments had been made before, and questioned why this situation seemed different. And that's where the petition came in. It started small, as these things usually do. A few dedicated fans, passionate and determined, decided they wouldn't just sit back and accept the decision. They created a petition, shared it across platforms, encouraged others to sign, and within hours it began gaining traction. Soon it wasn't just a few voices, it was a movement. Fans translated the petition into multiple languages, making sure it reached an international audience. Influencers picked it up, fan accounts amplified it, hashtags started trending. People who weren't even directly involved in the fandom began weighing in, drawn by the sheer scale of the reaction. And for a moment, it felt like something might actually change. Because we've seen it happen before, right? Public pressure can be powerful. Companies respond to backlash. Agencies release statements. Decisions get reconsidered. So naturally, expectations were high. Maybe not a complete reversal, but at least some kind of compromise. But behind the scenes, the military office remained silent. No updates, no hints, no acknowledgement of the growing petition. And that silence? It started to feel heavy. As days passed, speculation only grew stronger. Some believed negotiations were happening quietly. Others thought the authorities were simply taking their time before making an announcement. Optimism held on, but just barely. Then came the official statement. And just like that, everything shifted. The military office made it clear their position would not be changed. The decision had been made according to existing laws and regulations, and there would be no exceptions. No special treatment, no reconsideration based on public opinion. It was direct, it was firm. And for many fans, it was devastating. Because here's the thing, this wasn't just about one decision. It was about what that decision represented. For fans, it felt like their voices didn't matter. That despite their efforts, their unity, and their passion, the system simply wasn't listening. Social media exploded almost instantly. Some fans expressed anger, questioning the fairness of the process. Others were heartbroken, feeling helpless after putting so much energy into the petition. There were debates, arguments, and even clashes within the fandom itself, because not everyone saw things the same way. While many supported the petition, others believed the military office was right to stand firm. They argued that rules exist for a reason, and making exceptions, even for high-profile individuals, could set a dangerous precedent. And that's where things got complicated. This isn't a black and white situation. It's layered, it's emotional, tied to larger issues like fairness, equality, and the role of public influence in official decisions. On one hand, you have fans who genuinely believe their efforts were justified. They see their support as loyalty, as standing up for someone they care about. They feel that their collective voice should at least be acknowledged. On the other hand, you have institutions that operate based on structure, rules, and consistency. From their perspective, giving in to public pressure could undermine the system itself. And somewhere in the middle, that's where the real tension lies. Because let's be honest, this situation also highlights the growing power of fandoms in today's world. Fans are no longer just passive supporters. They organize, they mobilize, they influence trends, and sometimes they even shape outcomes. But this time, that power hit a wall, and that's a tough pill to swallow. Now let's talk about the ripple effects, because this decision doesn't just end here. It's already influencing conversations across the industry. Other fandoms are watching closely. Agencies are paying attention. Even casual observers are weighing in on what this means moving forward. Will fans think twice before launching petitions in the future? Or will this only motivate them to push even harder next time? Will authorities remain this firm in similar situations? Or could there be cases where public pressure does make a difference? These are questions that don't have clear answers yet. But one thing is certain, the relationship between fans and institutions is evolving. And moments like this, they shape that evolution. There's also the personal impact to consider. The individual at the center of this situation is now facing the reality of a decision that won't change no matter how much support exists. That's a heavy weight to carry. Because behind all the headlines, the debates, and the trending hashtags, there's a real person navigating a very real situation. And that's something that often gets lost in the noise. Now let's keep it real for a second. Was the petition a waste of time? Not necessarily. Because even though it didn't change the outcome, it revealed something important. It showed the strength of the fandom. It highlighted how quickly people can come together for a cause. And it sparked conversations that might not have happened otherwise. At the same time, it also exposed the limits of that power. And maybe that's the real takeaway here. Support matters. Voices matter. But not every system is designed to bend under public pressure. And understanding that, it's part of navigating these situations moving forward. As the dust begins to settle, reactions are slowly shifting. The initial shock is giving way to reflection. Some fans are choosing to focus on support rather than protest. Others are still processing their disappointment. And that's okay, because emotions don't just disappear overnight. What matters now is how things move forward. Will this create lasting tension between fans and authorities? Or will it eventually fade into just another chapter in the ever-changing world of K-pop and entertainment? Only time will tell. But one thing we know for sure, this story isn't just about a decision. It's about power, influence, expectations, and the reality of how systems operate. And if you've been following K-pop for a while, you already know this won't be the last time something like this happens. So stay alert, stay informed, and as always, keep your eyes on the details that others might miss. Because here at K-pop&juice, we don't just tell you what happened, we break it down, we question it, and we give it to you exactly how it is. No filters, no fluff, just the real gist. Until next time, keep sipping the tea, because trust me, there's always more coming.